Hello, once again. I'm Susan Littlefield with the American Ag Network. I tell you, this is going to be a fun interview. We're going to find out some more exciting things, not only about Nutrien Ag Solutions, but what's happening when it comes to talent and job seekers out there in agriculture. Leigh Peak joins us now. She is North American Talent Manager or Program Manager with Nutrien Ag Solutions. And I love the fact that agriculture is so embracing. And that's where I wanted to start, Lee, was you do not have to come with an ag background. You don't have to be a farm kid by any means to be able to work in the world of agriculture.
Hi, Susan. Yes, you're absolutely correct. So agriculture, we obviously have a big challenge ahead of us, solving some of our society's biggest problems as far as how are we going to feed this world as we have less and less farmland for us to grow food on. And so we need bright minds from all different disciplines, whether that be from the sciences, from business, from technology, to be part of agriculture. And so companies like Nutrien Ag Solutions, we're trying to look at these extra and maybe untraditional talent pools that exist out there to help us find the next generation of employees to help us solve these challenges.
Well, I think it's so exciting that you guys offer so many different things. And as you get ready for National FFA, what a great opportunity to showcase what Nutrien Ag Solutions has to offer for these kids that want to be in the ag industry.
Absolutely. And I would say, like, I have met so many colleagues at Nutrien in my time here that haven't came from traditional ag backgrounds. Some of them are an FFA, and we're excited to be at FFA Convention next week and meet kids who are excited about agriculture, want to work in agriculture. But we're also there to make sure kids that even plan to go into other fields, maybe they want to be in the medical field, to know about Nutrien and about agriculture and what this industry does, so that regardless of where their career takes them, they can have that appreciation for where their food comes from and the people that grow it.
So tell me, what are some things Nutrien Ag Solutions is doing to kind of entice and welcome young talent into the company?
It's something we talk about a lot. So, kind of talking about how Nutrien brings in people sometimes not from an ag background. I kind of have found myself working in a space that is not my background. My background is in ag. I grew up on a farm, was an FFA. I have now found myself working in HR. And we talk about this a lot. Like, how do we bring people in? How do we entice people that don't know anything about agriculture to come work in our industries? And I would honestly say one of the biggest things is looking at a lot of different schools. This fall, we will be at 35 different universities across the nation, talking about Nutrien Ag Solutions and what we do. But then also, we try to offer opportunities for students to come try out working in agriculture, come try out ag retail. And so this past summer in 2025, we had over 400 interns across North America that worked at our Nutrien Ag Solutions location. And internships are such a great opportunity for students to get some real world hands-on experience outside of the classroom to see what does working in agriculture look like. And it helps them figure out what they do want to do,
Mhm.
but sometimes it helps you figure out what you don't want to do. And so both are equally valuable. And so that's a great way for people to come in, get some experience, and also for us specifically, get a feel for what it's like to work at Nutrien Ag Solutions and hopefully give them an idea of what it would look like to start their career with us. And we hope that they make that decision.
Well,
And
that
that's the goal of our programs, is that
abs
they will hopefully want to come work for us after their summer
absolutely,
experience.
and, I think as I mean to interrupt you because 'cause I'm so excited about this. I mean, you're talking 400 people plus that you
Mhm.
guys expose to all the different avenues of what
Sure.
agriculture is, and when folks think of Nutrien Ag Solutions, they might not see the science that's behind it, or like you mentioned, the HR side of it, or like what Caitlin does in communications. I mean, there's so many different things that you guys do, and I'm sure that leads into mentorship in some ways as well.
It does. And I would say, like, I think a lot of times students come in with a perception of what it would be like to be in sales, for example. Like, they have this perception. And that's kind of where an internship and that mentorship really helps them get an understanding over a 3-month period of what does it really look like. And our folks, our students that come work for us in the summer, they get opportunities to learn about agronomics, precision ag, financing, logistics and supply chain and all the things that come along with making sure our farmer customers have the things they need to grow a successful crop. And because we have people from different backgrounds and we have employees that have been here as much, I met a gentleman the other day who had been a salesman or crop consultant with us for 40 years. So I just think about like the value and like what he can bring along and teach young people, who are, you know, just starting their career. Like what a benefit having someone like that who's been here for 40 years as a mentor can be and mean.
And I think, Annalee, you put those folks together and it gives them the real world experience. They can get the questions answered. But then I think it offers too some professional development opportunities. You've got somebody with 40 years of experience. It
Mhm.
gives you so many things to bring to them.
Well, and that's one of the things we try to use to appeal to students, and people who are looking to make a career change as to why they should come to Nutrien Ag Solutions. Nutrien is able to invest in our employees' development, starting from being an intern. My team, we have what we call our Nutrien New Graduate Program. And the reason that program has come to existence in the last couple of years, and the reason why like I'm here in this role is because we identified like we needed a good entry point for new employees,
Mhm.
somewhere where they could kind of learn the business. I mean, we work for a large company. There's so many different aspects of the company that are there. So how can we bring them in, give them a solid foundation, give them some mentorship as well to kind of help them in that first 2 years of their career? And something like that's very lucrative to a new college grad coming out of college, trying to get established and get their foot in the door. And so we have that opportunity. We also offer various types of development for our employees, regardless of how long they've been here. We offer agronomic training, sales training, financial acumen. Another program that my team manages as well is called RAMP, which is our Retail Ag Mentoring Program. And that program is really to help invest in and help mentor some of our aspiring leaders, people that want to lead people. And it's all based on our leadership capabilities that we want our leaders to have. And so for 1 year, they get mentored by a senior manager or someone who has been in this company for a long time to kind of help them navigate the world of being a leader in the ag space.
Tell me then, how are you? And you talked at the beginning of our interview about visiting colleges and universities. So, what are some ways that you guys are using recruiting to bring some of those top ag talents into Nutrien?
Sure. So we have a very, I would say, robust recruiting strategy. Like as far as looking at like where are we going to have talent needs in the years to come. Like most companies, I would say we have a very large population of our employee base that will be looking to retire in the coming years. So thinking about what skill sets do we need. Where are those holes going to be? Where are we going to need people in the coming years? And then what universities are helping equip young people to step into those roles? And it's a really exciting challenge to work through. But again, going to these different universities gives us opportunities to look at students with all kind of skill sets, and degrees. I would say like we look a lot at students obviously that have ag business and agronomy, but also we hire students that have just business degrees and other degrees as well. So there's lots of really good opportunities out there for students who want to get in the ag space. And I can't think of an industry that students could work in today that has more purpose and more of a challenge than agriculture is going to have in the years to come.
So well put. And so you talk about a bridge. I'm sure somebody goes from an intern who suddenly decides, hey, this is where I want to work. What type of training do you guys have once they're full time employees and keeping the employees as well in training?
Sure. So we do have sales training for our new sales folks that helps them kind of based on where they are in their career get started with selling. We have our first sales training that's called Selling the Nutrient Way, and that kind of helps them understand all the different tools and products and platforms that Nutrien offers our customers, and so it helps train them on that. In addition to that, we also offer a lot of locally based agronomy training to make sure that our new folks, whether in sales or in agronomy roles, are able to help the growers in their area. A lot of our new grads also start out in operations type roles to help them truly understand the foundation of our business and what it takes to run and operate our business to get the customers what they need. And then over time, they work their way into sales roles. And so having that kind of developmental role that allows them to kind of slowly get up to speed before they're responsible for, helping farmers in their area with, just coming out of college, those
Mhm.
developmental roles are super helpful in helping them get established, but also feeling confident in their knowledge and skill sets.
Do you see any industry trends that are kind of leaning towards those that you're hiring?
A huge interest. I would say this generation has a big interest in sustainability, and so get a lot of questions from students at career fairs and events about what is Nutrien doing to be sustainable. And so I think, and farmers, what are they doing to be sustainable? And so that's definitely an area that students are interested in. Of course, AI and data is a big area, like where students are really interested in like understanding how they can use those technologies in their career. And then in the ag and the agronomic space too, we have a lot of interest in like the biological space. That's an area of the business that really has a lot of opportunity for growth in the coming years. And so a lot of students we're seeing are really interested in like what does the future look like and how can this help farmers be more productive on potentially less acres.
What about success stories that you've seen so far?
Sure. So we have so many success stories at Nutrien of, our I would say like some of our top leaders in this company who have started from very humble beginnings as interns. I think about someone like Nathan Packer, who's our West Region manager. He started out as an intern. I think about several of our even crop consultants who maybe started out like not having a college degree but have come to work at Nutrien, have worked really hard in the operation space and have slowly grown into sales or even management roles. I would just say for students today, if you work hard, you grow your network, you're eager to learn, there's so much opportunity out there. And companies like Nutrien, and I know other companies as well, are looking for that kind of talent. And so if you're willing to put in the work, continue to grow in your knowledge and understanding of our business and what our customers need, then you have so many opportunities to be successful in this business.
Well, Annalise, we wrap up our conversation. Where do you see agriculture going the next decade and changes that you see that obviously Nutrien Ag Solutions is going to be a part of?
I think technology, it continues to be a huge driver for, our company and agriculture as a whole. It just, I think, especially in the AI space, I know it's all anybody can talk about, it seems like these days, but that continues to like really change at a rapid pace. And so companies like Nutrien, and employees need to be agile and to try to stay on top of these emerging technologies and find ways that we can use them and embrace them, where it makes sense to benefit our industry. So I would say the technology space is going to continue to be a driver. I think that the talent space is something for sure that is going to be different in the next 10 years. Like we cannot continue to look for traditional farm kids, we'll say, which I mean I'm a farm kid, but like we can't just continue looking at those same sources of talents because as the number of farms shrinks, we can't just rely on that talent pool to be the future of our industry. We have to look for people that have an interest in feeding the world, solving world like real world
Mhm.
challenges. And looking at non-traditional talent pools is something we'll have to continue to do, and not only look at them but then embrace them and help them learn our great industry and why we love it so much. So it's going to be different, but it's going to be an exciting next 10 years. And I'm really excited to be part of it and excited about the young people that are starting their career in the ag space. Got my first job and internship because of FFA. I met someone my junior year of high school at a conference in Mississippi that ultimately helped me get my first job. And, that's why growing your network and meeting people is so important because you just never know where life will take you and where those connections could possibly, you know, be that person that helps you get a job or just helps you navigate a difficult time in your career. There's just a lot to benefit, a young person in FFA, not only from that professional and personal development, but also just those connections that you build in the ag industry.
Exciting times. Thanks so much for taking some time to talk to us today.
Thanks, Susan.
Leigh Peak joins us. She is the North American Talent Program Manager with Nutrien Ag Solutions. I'm Susan Littlefield.